Welcome to the next episode. You can see we've taken off our clamping boards. We brought in some acetone and some wax remover. You'll need that for this process to make sure you get any kind of last minute contaminants off the back of the transom. So to kick things off, what you're going to want to do is take some acetone and clean off the back of the transom. And when I say the back of the transom, I'm pointing to that. Don't put acetone on the epoxy because it will smear it and cause all kinds of issues. It's actually designed to thin it out. So during this process, don't put acetone on it. But over here, on this side, definitely put acetone on that to kind of clean any kind of last minute impurities that you'll find. Once you've noticed all the parts have been cleaned, take your wax remover and do a good job taking off any kind of wax that was left over. You won't really be able to see it, but if you use the grinder a lot, you'll definitely have a good amount of wax there, so you want to do your part to take that off. And then obviously the wax remover, you'll want to take that on this part. You'll actually want to put the wax remover on that because there is a little bit of blushing that could happen with epoxy. And if you missed it, now's your chance to get it off before you apply the peanut butter material that we'll make and mix up. So during this next part, we're going to actually apply it to the Kevlar side of the transom. And we're also going to apply it on the back of the boat. It's important that if you're using epoxy that you work pretty quick, depending on what type you have. If you've got a slow epoxy, then obviously you got a little bit more time. If you got a fast, you're going to have minutes, and if you got a medium, you got about 20 minutes. So you got to work kind of quick. If you are using polyester resin, you can probably take your time. It won't kick off nearly as fast as epoxy will. So keep that in mind. It's kind of a critical step here, so just take some time to prepare and don't rush it, because if you do, you could end up with an issue, and you definitely don't want to do that. Okay, so for this part, we're going to make roughly about 1.5 quarts, which is going to be up to our, I'm thinking either the 5 or 6 level on our 3-to-1 ratio. If I remember right, I believe I used a lot on this the last time, so I'm going to probably do the same. I'm going to mix up the max amount, which would be 6 on our ratio. And like I said before, we're using our 635 thin epoxy resin. Just keep in mind that's going to be a lot to waste if you don't get your transom applied pretty quick. So just remember, it will harden up pretty quick in the bucket. Once you apply it, you've got some more time, but as it sits in the bucket, it will get hard pretty quick. So anyway, so we're going to mix it 3-to-1. I'll shake up the hardener a little bit. Some of the other things that we're going to use for the peanut butter mixture is this I believe this is 1/2 inch chop strand. This is fiberglass. This is one of the rare times that I'll be using fiberglass in the project, because you need it as part of the bonding substrate. So it kind of helps. You don't want to just run pure thin epoxy on it, just in case it does start to flex a little bit. This will end up giving it a little bit of strength. So it is how we're going to do it. And then obviously, if you just add thin epoxy and then this, it won't be very thick. It'll be kind of clumpy. This will make it clumpy, but it won't be very thick. So what you got to use is actually what they call Cabosil. That's what actually makes it more into like a peanut butter viscosity. So you've probably heard me say that throughout this video series a million times, is the peanut butter. It's kind of where I get that from, is once you get this all mixed together, that's the kind of viscosity that you get. So anyway, the trick here is as you're mixing this is like, what's the good consistency of chop strand that you add? And the consistency really needs to be more on the thick end than on the thin. If you add too little, what'll happen is you won't have the strength. If you add too much, it'll just be too clumpy. So you'll kind of have to play with it a little bit to kind of get to that perfect balance of thickness. But if you have too much, it's probably not going to hurt anything. If you have too little, obviously you're going to have some issues. So keep that in mind. It's one of those situations where it's probably more is better. All right, so I've went ahead and added the 3-part. Now we'll go ahead and add the hardener. And it's very important to add the hardener first and then start adding the chop strand. Don't add it now. Wait until you've got it thoroughly mixed, and then you can start adding the chop strand. Okay, so we've gone ahead here and we're starting our mix. You can see on this version we get a little bit of a kind of like an orangey look to it. We'll stir it for a little bit, and then we'll start adding the chop strand in here. Another thing you could do too, and it probably wouldn't be a bad idea, is you should probably consider adding the Cabosil first. Actually, we'll probably do the Cabosil, because what will happen is the chop strand is heavier than the epoxy, and if you don't thicken it first, it'll just, the chop strand will just sink to the bottom. So we'll actually go ahead and add, I'll grab a little clump of it here. It's really powdery. Let's add that in there. It's like handling snow in some ways. All right. I'll go ahead and mix it. As you can tell, it takes a little while to get this to mix in. We've got a lot to harden up here, or to thicken up, so it's gonna be a little bit. That's why you're gonna have to work pretty quick when you're doing this, because like I said, you get a 20-minute pot life with the mix as it is, so every moment counts here. So we're gonna try to work pretty quick to get this thickened up, because as it is right now, it is not very thick. So I'll go ahead and keep working on this. We'll get it nice and thick, and then we'll see you inside the boat as we're applying it. Now I put on my mask because the Cabosil is getting everywhere, but I wanted to show you real quick before we jump to the boat. You can kind of see the epoxy, a little bit different consistency and look. You want to keep mixing the Cabosil until it kind of hangs onto the popsicle stick. So anyway, that's a trick. Keep adding Cabosil, and then once it starts sticking to the popsicle stick, you're good to go. So we're just about there. Okay, so you can kind of see a shot here. That's what it looks like. We're back in the boat, and kind of looks like pineapple. So anyway, let's go ahead and apply it before it hardens up. Okay, so we've got a good amount of peanut butter on both sides, even on the transom. Let's go ahead and stick these things together before it starts to harden and I get in big trouble. So here we go. All right, I'll tell you what, epoxy is tricky. And you know it's getting close to kicking off, because that epoxy starts getting hot real fast. And when it gets hot, you know what's in the bucket is about to get super hard, super quick. So something different to get used to compared to what I was used to using before, which was just polyester resin. But you can see here, I've gone ahead and tightened it so far. It's not completely starting to harden right now, but it is getting close. I went and used my popsicle stick around the edges before I started filming, just to make sure, right? You don't want to leave any spots there, because that stuff is a pain. Anyway, yeah, you want to make sure you use a popsicle stick all the way around, make sure there's no weird, wild globs of anything going anywhere, especially like kind of in that area where the transom meets the original fiberglass, where the Kevlar does. You want to make sure that's nice. What I'll probably do a part of this video, since I've got some time, is I'll probably mix up another batch and start filling in around these edges here, because I got enough time. I mean, it's starting to kick off now, but the way that I planned it is, as this thing is tightening up and drying, I'll go ahead and add some filler around here. So maybe tomorrow we can just do some light sanding, and then we'll add the tabbing along the sides, and we'll make this complete. Okay, so we're in the back of the boat. If you're wondering if we got good coverage, the easiest way is do a what I'll say like a 360-degree view all the way around where you started clamping, and you should start seeing it ooze all the way around. We got plenty of ooze out of where the live well was, where the drain is. Around there is good. Good all the way around. So that means we got a good squeeze on it. Oh yeah, check this out up here. Yeah, it's even oozing out up there. And there's another hole. Yep, so it looks pretty good. Pretty happy with this. So what I'll do here is I'll go ahead and mix up another batch, and I'll start filling in the edges. So as this thing is drying, we'll do some light sanding tomorrow, and we should be good to go. So I'm pretty happy with this. I think it looks pretty good. So stay tuned as we mix up another batch here and continue on. Okay, so one of the things that I did is I mixed some more of the peanut butter along with some good amount of chopped strand, and I started filling the little crevices down below. Make sure we got a good seal. You can see I'm just about done. I got all along this side minus what I could behind that 2x4, and along that left side right there on top is pretty good. Didn't notice any kind of voids there, and then just about done with the top over there, and I just got to finish the side. So roughly, I don't know, maybe 3 more feet. One thing to remember here is you see these little 2.5 quart buckets. I bought probably about, I don't know, maybe 40 or 50 of these, and it's one of those things that you wouldn't think that you would need, but it really is something that's super handy, because you'll see here, you know, I just mixed up some more of the peanut butter mix there, and now I need to mix up some more, but you can't get a good consistency if you keep using the same bucket. So if you've got a ton of buckets around, you can actually go through quite a lot of them before actually having to come back and maybe clean some of them. So it's definitely something to consider, is you can never have enough of these 2.5 quart buckets. I tell you what, it's probably one of the best buys that I can think that I bought. When I first picked those up, I said, man, 50 of them, is that really necessary? And the more I go through this project and I'm needing those buckets, I tell you what, it's worth every penny. So anyway, just one of those little gotchas if you're considering doing the same project yourself. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and finish up that little corner. I'll give this thing about an hour to cure, and we'll go from there. One of the things you can tell about epoxy is this thing is actually kind of warm, and it's pretty warm through 1 3/4 inch worth of marine grade plywood. So it's kind of interesting. Anyway, one thing to note, like I said, so let's go ahead and put some more of the filler in along the sides, and we'll go ahead and come back to you in an hour, and we'll maybe do some light sanding. I don't know, we'll see how it looks. All right, so that is just about it. We got the transom epoxied in. We've sealed along the edges minus where the tips of the 2x4s are, and we'll come back after this cures a little bit more, and we'll fill in where those very far end 2x4s are. I checked some of the original epoxy that was coming through the holes in the center, and it's pretty well hard. It just needs to kick off a little bit more, so I'll give it some more time while I let it dry. But that's pretty much going to be the process here. Polyester resin, you want to wait overnight because it's going to take a little bit to completely cure. With epoxy, you just check it. It'll be hard and ready to rock and roll inside of a few hours. So it's a good thing about using epoxy. You can do a lot more stuff in the same short amount of time. So anyway, hope you liked the video. Subscribe if you are not a subscriber already. If you have any questions, what you've seen so far, leave some comments in the comments field below. Like the video if you thought it was helpful. Stay tuned to the next episode, and we'll catch you next time. Have a good one.